welcome Henry and Clara. We today are going to be learning about Japanese lanterns, and we're going to be making a project.
Japanese lantern festivals are held across Japan at different times of year, and they may feature hanging or floating lanterns. The festivals focus on different themes. Some remember the past or use the light of the lantern to light the dark of winter or reflect off winter snow. Some celebrate the Hozuki plant. Some look like historical or theater characters, or share traditions from different countries, or are just beautiful. Sometimes it's all about just having a really huge number of lanterns. They come from Japan. This is where Indiana is, and Japan, which is a series of islands. And here's our first look at some lanterns.
What do you notice about these lanterns? What colors?
White and black.
What do they have on them, Clara?
Shapes.
Yeah, shapes. Often they are decorated with really simple shapes. Here's some more. What colors do you see this time?
White and black and orange and white.
Yeah, very good. These are hanging ones. Here's some more that hang. How about the one right here? What does this look like it has on it, Henry?
Japanese characters.
Yeah, I don't know what they say, but yes, definitely Japanese characters.
They hang the lanterns from their buildings or across the roads, and they love to use bright colors. And some lanterns are floating. They float on the water.
So we're going to be making something that looks a little bit like their Japanese lanterns. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a paper like this, each of you. And you're going to cut on this, yes, exactly. You're going to cut on this line and cut that off. After you get that part cut off, so I'll cut mine off quick and I'll show you. I'm going to cut right here. This way is going to be up and down, but you're going to do your coloring on this side. Does that make sense? So you'll make sure that all these lines are going up and down. You'll turn it over, and you're going to just keep it pretty simple. You'll like outline with your markers some shapes and color those in all the way. I usually use crayons to color the background. What happens if you color a picture and you color everything with markers?
It sort of gets wet, and then it's like heavy. And
it gets all wrinkly. Have you also ever done when you put colors really close together and they're wet and they get smudgy? Yeah, so those are the exact reasons why I usually between them, I'll color in with the crayon. Because then it has some colors, but it doesn't get as wet and wrinkly, and it doesn't get as smudgy. So you guys are going to take a little time. You'll cut this part off, and then draw your shapes on this side. Oh, I like your pattern. That's really great. So can I make one suggestion? When I looked at it, it looked like your pattern was like down here, and then there's sort of a white area here. What if you either make a row of circles or like some rectangle, circle across that top spot where there's a little bit more space?
oh,
Okay. And Clara, do you want to come show me what you're working on?
the same thing as those, but I just did it a little closer to that one.
Yeah, that's cool. So sometimes when we make our design, sometimes we make it really like a pattern that repeats exactly, and sometimes we scatter it around. The way you did it, we call it rhythm. Because you got the same shapes, but they're kind of moving around like a song. Good work. Are you going to have one more color, or are you going to just use those two some more?
I was looking for a different color.
That sounds like a great idea. Oh, that looks great, Clara. Fabulous. Why don't you color your background a little bit? Like pick one more color and color around that background. I mean, have Henry do one thing and then we'll do something together. So on this one, I didn't cut my tube inside. So you're gonna take your tube and you're gonna kind of go like this. And then in the middle, not too close to the edge, you're gonna cut in part way and part way on this side. And then you're gonna cut, so you're like making a window. And then you're gonna do it again on the other side. But you don't wanna cut it too close because you have to be able to hold the tube still together. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So it's gonna look like a letter I until you open it, and then it looks like you have two windows. Clara, what color are you gonna do your background?
I'm doing it black.
Ooh, that'll be dramatic. That'll make the other colors really pop out. Nice choice. Perfect. Yeah, same thing on the other side. Hooray! Awesome. Great. Next thing we're going to do is you're each going to bring your thing like this and your scissors over here, okay? Take this edge, we're going to match it to this edge. And you're going to do this on the table. It's going to work a lot better. Here, I'm going to make an upright table. And then if you hold those edges with one hand so that they don't slide, and then with the other hand you push to the middle and go up and down, that makes a nice neat fold in half right on that line. Okay, now we're going to hold this edge really tight, and then this is where it gets a little complicated for me. Make sure it doesn't slide around by holding up there tight, and then you're going to cut on those lines. You don't want to go all the way to the edge or it'll fall apart, but you're just going to cut right exactly on each of those lines. Oh, Clara, I can see. Good work. Are you using the middle part of your scissors, this part right in here? That's the strongest place to cut, isn't it? It's hard to cut out here. Good job. You got it. Fabulous. Okay, while she finishes, Henry, you're going to open it up and you're going to kind of fold it just so that it's a little bit more straight. If you want, you can almost, yep, you can almost start to, don't fold it too much, but you can start to fold it now so that the decorated, the pretty part is on the outside. You're going to have to watch this part. I'm going to take this, and you can see all the slits, right? I'm going to wrap this bottom part around the bottom of my tube. So I wrap it around like this, and it should meet almost perfectly right there. Do you see I'm taking my hand and I'm holding it like this? That helps it so it doesn't pop out. And then right here, right where they meet, you're going to take a stapler and you're going to staple on that side. Then I'm going to turn it around, and on the opposite side, so it doesn't slide too much, I'm going to staple it again. Okay, go that far. Clara, what do you think we're going to do next? What do you think the next step is? Do you have a guess? Does it look done yet? I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
Almost.
Almost? Henry, what do you think? What's the next step?
Pushing it down and stapling it down.
Yeah, match up the other ends. You got it exactly. Good predicting. You can keep your fingers around. You don't have to staple both sides as much, but I often do anyway, just to keep it from sliding around. Hold them up. Hey, that's looking good. So when yours is done, you have a choice right now. One thing you could do, because you have the windows, if you have a small like flashlight, you could put yours on the table and it could glow like this. The other choice is, and this is how we're going to do Clara's, is that you make it and you can hang it up, and you don't have to put a light in there at all. To make it so it hangs and it's a hanging decoration, then we're going to take the hole punch, and Clara, you're going to decide which way you like it, right side up. So you have as top. Now you're going to take your hole punch, and not on a staple, because hole punches on staples is too hard. But somewhere off to the side, you're going to put it in, punch the hole, and do one on the opposite side too.
I got it.
You got the hole punch? Good job. Oh, look at you working hard. I heard that. Okay, put it in one hole.
Oh, wow.
And then you'll put it in the other hole.
I'm putting it in the first hole.
Okay, so you're gonna hold the 2 strings, and the next part you're gonna wrap around, and you're gonna make an X right here on this pointy part. So you wrap it around like this, and then it makes an X, and you pinch the X. And then you pull the part that's behind your finger off without letting go of the X, so you have a loop. And then, yeah, if you keep it on the table, it'll be easier, because if it's hanging, then the weight of the lantern is pulling.
Okay, got it.
And you're going to take the ends, they're going to go down, and then they're going to come up through the middle of the hole, and you'll grab the ends, hold height, and you're going to pull, pushing that loopy stuff up towards your thumb and finger. Yeah, like that.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah. So now it hangs.
Good call.
Hold it up and show me.
Hold it up for me.
It's beautiful. Show me yours again too, Henry. Well done. Oh, I really like how you have the red inside and the green. Do you remember what red and green are on the color wheel by any chance? They're opposite. So that means they're complementary colors.
They don't come out the sides.
And complementary colors make each other really pop out, and that's part of why it looks really so terrific. Oh, very nice inside too, Clara. Beautiful. Great work. Thanks for helping me. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.